Hi, Jen.
Oh! Sorry, Nance.
That's hula kung fu for you.
Okay, so that was really cool. Okay, today's lesson, we're going to talk about how you can use the hula hoop, and I thought this was such a great thing. It's a lot of fun. Nancy's really good at it. Okay, I'm not too good at it, but what I like about using a hula hoop is that it forces you to learn to use your hips. Okay, in a three-dimensional pattern. Okay, it's not just one-dimensional; it's three-dimensional. All right. So I like this. Okay, so it's going to teach you to do a lot of hip movement. Okay, and just like we keep saying, and I keep teaching you guys, is that the way I train my students, the way Hawkins trains us, is from the elbow back. Okay, so we really working on developing this hip structure, the body structure, developing this structure so that we can use it when we're practicing. Okay, so now an easy way to practice this drill is like this. Okay, so we're going to go back to the pocket and punch drill. So we're here, and I'm doing the pocket and punch. But if you're just square, my hips are square, Nancy's hips are square, and we're just focusing on the elbow forward, the hand, then the drill looks like this. See? And it's really hard to get the body involved. Okay? And then you're going to get really sore, your shoulder's going to get sore, you're going to start to lean forward, all these little things. Okay? So what we want to do is we want to really learn how to use especially the middle, the core section, okay? Or the part that you practice when you're doing the hula hoop. Okay? So what do I mean? Okay? So from here, if I hula hoop, I call this, okay, gunslinger. Gunslinger is straight. Bam, see, hips straight. Bam, hips. The hips go straight. Boom. Okay, or straight. Okay? Hula hoop, I like the hula hoop because this is hula hoop left to right. And this is hula hoop right to left. Left to right, right to left. So it's not so straight. Okay? So it's a circular movement. And I like this because sometimes gunslinger, you don't fully understand that it's not always straight movement. Okay? So when you're practicing, I'm punching, right? And see, this is gunslinger. Gunslinger. Gunslinger right, gunslinger left. Okay? But I can also hula hoop. I can go hula hoop left to right. Hula hoop right to left. Okay? Left to right, right to left. So I'm training my hip. Okay? And everything you do with your hip, your elbow, because it's always one fist away and it wants to stay one fist away, whenever your hip moves, your elbow should follow. Your elbow should follow the hip movement, right? Either side. All right? So you should always have this relationship between your elbow and your body frame, your hips. Okay? So when I'm punching, I should be practicing. Sometimes I gunslinger left, gunslinger right, or left and right. Okay? But sometimes I like to hula hoop. I hula hoop left to right, left or right to left, left to right. Right to left. Okay? The important thing is when you're doing this is that when you do this movement, I don't turn my shoulders. See, now I'm not facing. This golden rule in Wing Chun, right? Face your partner. Right now my shoulders are not facing Nancy. So the next punch is going to snake right through and she's going to nail me. Okay? Now I'm forced to do what? I'm forced to shift. I have to shift now. Okay? And right now, I don't want anyone to have to rely on shift to answer any problems that you're going to get. I don't want you to do that. I want you to try right now to solve everything with your body's frame, your body's structure. Okay? So shifting is an easy way out, but it gets you into a lot of trouble. Okay? And it also doesn't allow you to really practice building the body structure. Okay? If every time she gives me any kind of problem, I shift. Okay? She gives me another problem, I shift. Okay? I don't like this because if I shift and she's stronger than me and she keeps pushing me, then I'm going to get taken down or I'm going to lose my balance, okay? What I want to learn to do is, if Nancy's punching, okay, I defend by using what? My body. So I gunslinger, see? I gunslinger. She punches the other hand, I gunslinger. And that translates into my elbow, okay? Right? This is real subtle. And what you don't want to do also is that you don't want to push or engage the third stick. That's the elbow to the hand. She punches, and I gunslinger, but I also push with my third stick. See? I gunslinger and push. Now I become one unit. This is no good. Okay? Now all she's going to do is push me or pull me. Okay? And she ends up controlling my whole body that way. So always, like I always say, this is soft as a blade of grass. Elbow to the hand, soft as a blade of grass. And it has to be very, very flexible, okay? Like a spring. Your elbow back to your hip, that's hard as steel. That's the part that we have to develop, okay? So, punch. So from here, I'm using gunslinger. See? Punch here. Yeah, I gunslinger. I'm stopping her pressure with my hip, not my hand, okay? Now, if she's here. Now, if she pushes more, then see my elbow. See this part here? It's compressing like a spring. And when I can't see, my elbow doesn't want to touch my body, but eventually she's going to come in. So now my elbow says, "Move away." She pushes my elbow. She pushes in. I step in. Yes. So my body wants to move back. Okay. And this is good. All right. So when you're practicing like this, also punch. You can have your partner every now and then, when they're punching, step in and give you that pressure, right? And really learning to listen to your elbow tell you to move away, danger, and then square up again and keep practicing, okay? But gunslinger, punch, gunslinger, okay? Or hula hoop, without turning your shoulders, face, punch the other side. I hula hoop. You notice my feet. Can you see my feet, Brian? Mm-hmm. When I'm doing these motions, punch. When I do, let's say, gunslinger left, you see my feet? They don't shift. They don't move. Okay? So from here, I gunslinger, my hip, but my feet are not shifting. Okay? She punches the other side, gunslinger right, but my shoulders, everything's still facing her. Okay? But if you notice my hips, okay, you notice my hip, when I gunslinger, my hips they rotate. But my body's still facing Nancy's center line. This is okay. This is good, actually. Right? This is hard to get, by the way. Okay? So when you gunslinger, see my hips are turning, but you don't see my feet turning. You don't see my upper body turning. Okay? Gunslinger. I'm still facing Nancy's center. You have to have the solid structure, but you also need to have the mobility in the hip, okay, to be able to handle pressure or deal with pressure. So she's punching, see, I gunslinger, or hula hoop. She punches, I hula hoop, punch, I hula hoop, hula hoop. Okay? It also works on the other end. If I'm punching Nancy, okay, see this? I gunslinger or I hula hoop, hula hoop, hula hoop. Okay? Boom. Okay? Boom. Got it? And because last time we practiced on the yoga ball, we also remember that we can also go different. We don't always have to go. We can go up, right? Gunslinger, low to high. So I punch, gunslinger, low to high. Gunslinger, low to high. Or gunslinger, high to low. High to low. But then you can mix that with also the hula hoop. Hula hoop, right to left, low to high. Hula hoop, left to right, low to high. Or hula hoop, high to low. Hula hoop, high to low. So you have all these different variables. So now when you're punching, my hands are going straight. Okay? But my hips are constantly changing the angle of my punch because they're moving in different directions. So now, right, it gives her problems. Because my punch is straight, but the energy feels like it's going up, down, or left, right. It feels all weird. Okay? So that's what you want to practice. Okay? I call that developing of this hip, I call that like a wrestler's body. You see the wrestlers, right? You go to take them down, they go, ooh, they drive the hip. Okay? You take them back, they come backwards. So their hips are very mobile. Okay? While they're grappling. That's really, if you think about it, actually Wing Chun is really a wrestler's body, right? But with the center line concept. Wrestlers go out to in, they grab like that, out to in. Okay? We go in and then out, inside out, straight line. So, but the body, if you take the arms away from the Wing Chun guy or the wrestler, the body it's the same. It should listen. It should respond the same. It should be able to handle pressure the same way. Okay? So you want to think about that when you're practicing. Okay? So a lot of wrestling drills that we're going to get into later, they're also very, very applicable to your Wing Chun training. Why? Because this is our training. Here, this body. It's not the hands doing all this stuff. Okay? Alright, so that's it. So grab a hula hoop, practice. Let me see you do it now. She's good. Let me see.
It looks so easy.
Yeah, she makes it look so easy.
It's like walking.
Right? But you get to see like how their hip movement, right? Developing the body, right? And really learning how to use the hips.
This one.
Right? Yeah, like that. Okay? So that's good. Very nice. Alright? So practice.